impressed by the vertical takeoff capability of fighter aircraft. This is a technological achievement that the military countries around the world aspire to possess because it brings superior strategic advantages on the battlefield. Recently, a topic that has attracted attention in the military world is the aircraft carrier video. Today, ours will partly address this aspect, bring an interesting perspective on the combination of aircraft fighters and aircraft carriers. Welcome to Global New Military Updates. This is where military developments, global strategy, and modern weapons power are updated with a deep and emotional personal perspective. Each video is a beat of the times, where we analyze and reflect on power, war, and peace in a turbulent world. Ladies and gentlemen, don't take your eyes off the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, as well as leave a comment below. Surely you all know about F-35B, for the fifth-generation fighter of the U.S. First impression of it is the outstanding advancement. Thanks to the ability to take off and vertical landing, F-35B has become the world's leading modern combat platform. Vertical takeoff fighter has completely changed the military war situation, opening up new possibilities in combat. A prominent example is Japan. After ordering 105 F-35A from 2011, they quickly approved 42 more F-35B in 2019. With F-35B, the Japanese destroyer Izumo was upgraded to a light aircraft carrier, bringing the naval power of the Japan Maritime Defense Force to a new level. So, what are the strengths of vertical takeoff aircraft F-35B? How to take off vertically? Why F-35B's mass production while placing 141 though, one's full potential did not achieve that? Do vertical takeoff aircraft have strong development prospects in the future? Currently in the world, some countries equipped vertical takeoff fighters, not many. Some, like U-used Harrier II 2010, now switched F-35B. On the ship, Hasm's Queen Elizabeth. The Soviet Union has Armor 38, stopped in 1991, and Armor 141 did not pass the test. The USA leads with F-35B. In addition, I think Japan is also deploying this variant. The reason vertical takeoff fighters are few is because of complex technology, high cost, and payload-limited range compared to conventional fixed-wing aircraft. However, the biggest advantage of vertical takeoff fighters is the ability to take off immediately, while other aircraft are still accelerating. On the road, ICE's F-35B was able to fly, bringing advantages such as speed and efficiency in emergency situations, in wars like the Soviet War, attack on Pearl Harbor, or the conflicts in the Middle East and Gulf. One thing that is easy to see is that aircraft and runways are always targets. Just destroy a fixed aircraft and that plane is considered out of the war. But with the appearance of vertical takeoff aircraft, this has completely changed. Aircraft that do not need a runway can still take off quickly and be ready to counterattack immediately. Another advantage of vertical takeoff aircraft is the ability to operate effectively on aircraft carriers. You can imagine that with the limited space of the deck, the number of aircraft that aircraft carriers can carry will be limited. However, if using vertical takeoff aircraft, aircraft carriers can carry more aircraft per aircraft. Additional will create an additional chance of victory. In addition, vertical takeoff aircraft have advantages that require lower takeoff and landing conditions. During the Falklands War, he deployed Hercules on temporary converted cargo ships. This helped to compensate for the lack of aircraft carriers. However, although vertical takeoff aircraft have many advantages, they are not without their drawbacks. Their biggest weakness is their limited payload. Although vertical takeoff eliminates taxiing, and taxiing this requires the aircraft to be lighter. For example, the Harrier, when taking off vertically, has a takeoff weight of 8,695 kilograms, while when taking off normally it can be up to 14,661 kilograms. This weight deficit limits the aircraft to carry weapons and affects its combat effectiveness. In addition to the payload problem, another disadvantage of vertical takeoff aircraft is that the structure is more complex than that of a conventional fixed-wing aircraft. This leads to higher maintenance and repair costs and reduces the reliability of the aircraft, which increases the rate of hidden failures. Despite the F-35B with its superior performance or its exhaust system with its novel design, technical unreliability is always a concern for these advanced equipment. Especially the high crash rate of the F-35B has created a lot of doubts and controversies. However, despite these problems, we still have to accept its use. Let's find out how the F-35B performs vertical takeoff and landing. Then we will explore its short takeoff capability on a ship aircraft carrier. The most impressive point of the F-35B is its ability to maintain a hovering state, making it an ideal aircraft for the Navy, especially on ships without a long runway. The F-35B possesses many advanced technologies to perform vertical takeoff and landing, as well as short takeoff. To do this, the F-35B uses a main engine exhaust can to adjust direction, combined with a lift fan and auxiliary exhausts to provide the necessary thrust. Specifically, the propulsion system includes a main exhaust at the rear of the fuselage. The aircraft can rotate up to 95 degrees to divert thrust from horizontal to vertical.